I don't care about these people. The only dysfunctional family I care about is my own. And I just think that this is a horrible cartel, a monstrous hybrid of private people with public responsibilities, and the fact that we obsess over them and that we end up putting in the same category two people who've become emotionally distanced from the family and somebody who was accused of having sex with a trafficked minor just shows how warped the culture around the royal family is. I think chuck them all in the bin, Buckingham Palace into social housing.
Let me just try and see if I can persuade you of their importance to the nation. So here we have the balcony from a previous year. Okay, so this is what it might have looked like had everything remained stable. As Ash points out, Prince Andrew has behaved badly, to say the least. Conduct unbecoming was his phrase. We take him out. Harry was obviously practicing closing his eyes to try and pretend he wasn't there before this moment. He goes to, Meghan goes to. So you're still left, there we are. So you're still left with a lot of, they're older now, but you're left with Charles and Anne will be there. There's Anne and Camilla, of course, and Kate. But it's quite a big move, Mike, isn't it? For the Queen to say no to Harry and Meghan. It's quite a big move.
It's quite a big move, but it's not a big enough move as far as I'm concerned. I think they should be banned from coming back during the whole of the celebration for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. Last Friday, right, the announcement came out from the royal family that Harry and Meghan wouldn't be on the balcony, neither would Andrew. Within seconds, an announcement came from California that they're coming anyway. So they were well, prepped up for this, so they'd be coming anyway. But not only would they be coming, so would a team of 30 cameramen, camera women and technicians from Netflix with them. I think the tolerance of the royal family to this young couple who have cashed in to the tune of £100 million or dollars on the strength of being a member of the British royal family, the tolerance of the royal family here and the Queen herself is extraordinary. I'd have banished them altogether. I'd have banished them because I do care, because I like the royal family. I think the royal family are great.
I want you to look after your own blood pressure here
and
don't worry, I'm all right with my blood pressure, a bit, because these are stupendously wealthy, self-obsessed,
and part of
status-obsessed people. Sure, and I think we should have a modern constitution, and be a modern democracy, and get rid of the monarchy. Let these
just
people
wipe it out, just like that.
Lead their insane lives in private, because I think if they're this emotionally
if we were to establish that a sizable, maybe a majority, I was going to say a sizable minority, a majority of people sort of cared about them and cared about the Queen and in that case, they are sort of a part of the country.
You can't have anybody be both divine and human, and this is the problem, which is our expectations of these people are so elevated beyond of what we can expect of anybody. We expect them to be the moral guiding lights for the whole nation. And yet, of course, we see they're quite the opposite. Why? Because they're the product of unearned power, wealth and privilege. And that contrast between who they really are as people and our expectations of them, it can only, I think, cause them pain and us pain and disappointment.
Well,
so let's end this whole circus. Let them be rich and in private, and we
we've got that. We just talk about let's just on the balcony, okay?
Yeah.
Because I want to ask you a question here. The other day on this show, Storm was here, and in fact, you were in touch with me about this over the weekend. Andrew Pierce was in from the Daily Mail, and I said, I will bet you any money that Prince Andrew, gets on that balcony, right? Now, just have a look at this picture over here, right? Because this was what we were talking about. Would it be the balcony from hell, right? Because I said, he's coming up the stairs and no one's going to stop him. Andrew Pierce said to me, I'll bet you £10 he's not on it. I said, I'll bet you he is. And Storm at the weekend messaged me and said, you've got to pay up the bet because you lost. And I said, no, because I think he still will. Now, Ash, leave aside your general lack of whatever about the royal family. Do you think he'll make his way up the stairs and open the French windows?
Well, I don't think he will, to be honest. I mean, he's a ghastly little attention seeker as well. When Prince Philip died, he got himself in front of a camera as quickly as possible to rehabilitate his reputation. The one thing I would say is that if he is on that balcony, you get a nice high-up target for any rotten fruit that you've got.
He can't possibly appear on the balcony because the reaction of the country to him standing anywhere near the Queen would be so negative, it would destroy the royal family.
I think it might be like...
I
think it would be like Ceausescu. I think that's the only thing that might stop him, is the crowd might turn on him.
I agree.
And that would be really nasty for him.
Sarkar, a prominent political commentator, has unleashed a scathing critique of the British royal family, labelling them a monstrous cartel. In the wake of the news that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have been banned from appearing on the Buckingham Palace balcony during the Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebrations, Sarkar has condemned the institution's apparent pettiness and vindictiveness. She argues that the royal family operates as an exclusive, unaccountable clique, using their wealth and privilege to shield themselves from public scrutiny. Saka dismisses the notion of the Windsors as a unifying national symbol, instead portraying them as an out-of-touch elite whose behavior is increasingly at odds with the values of modern progressive society. Saka has unleashed a scathing critique of the British royal family, describing them as a monstrous cartel that is abusing their power and privilege. Saka was particularly incensed by the palace's decision to exclude Prince Harry and Meghan Markle from the prestigious Platinum Jubilee balcony appearance, arguing that this was a cruel and callous act that further underscored the royals' disregard for those who dare to challenge their supremacy. Sarkar contends that the Windsors wield their wealth, status, and influence as a means of maintaining an unassailable position of dominance, callously trampling on those who dare to defy their authority. In Sarkar's view, the royal family represents the very embodiment of unearned privilege and entitlement, a parasitic institution that thrives on the labour and deference of the British people. In a controversial move, Buckingham Palace has announced that Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, will not be allowed to appear on the iconic palace balcony during the Queen's upcoming Platinum Jubilee celebrations. This decision, seen by many as a pointed snub towards the estranged royal couple, has sparked a flurry of reactions from both supporters and critics. Sarkar, a prominent political commentator, has gone so far as to describe the British royal family as a monstrous cartel, highlighting the perceived power dynamics at play in this latest royal drama. As the Platinum Jubilee festivities approach, the exclusion of Harry and Meghan from the balcony appearance has only served to further fuel the ongoing tensions within the Windsor clan, underscoring the deep divisions that continue to plague the institution of the monarchy. Sarkar, the prominent left-wing commentator and activist, is known for her outspoken criticism of the British establishment, including the royal family. With a large following on social media, Sarkar has established herself as a vocal and unapologetic voice, unafraid to challenge the status quo. Her sharp tongue and unwavering principles have made her a formidable figure, as she continues to call out what she perceives as the monstrous cartel that is the British monarchy. Sarkar's willingness to speak truth to power has earned her both admirers and adversaries, but her commitment to social justice and her refusal to be silenced have only solidified her position as a leading voice on the left. Sarkar's fiery comments about the British royal family have sparked a whirlwind of debate on social media. While some have praised her for her bold and unapologetic stance, others have been quick to accuse her of being disrespectful and unpatriotic. The political commentator's remarks have clearly touched a nerve, with passionate arguments erupting on both sides of the issue. As the public grapples with Sarkar's scathing critique of the monstrous cartel that is the monarchy, the nation finds itself embroiled in a heated discussion about the role and relevance of the royal institution in modern times. The upcoming Platinum Jubilee celebrations to mark Queen Elizabeth II's 70 years on the throne have been marred by a brewing controversy over who will and won't appear on the palace balcony during the festivities. While many Britons eagerly anticipate the grand celebrations across the United Kingdom, some have criticised the palace's decision to exclude certain members of the royal family, including Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. Political commentator Sarkar has gone as far as describing the royal family as a monstrous cartel, highlighting the ongoing tensions and divisions within the institution. As the highly anticipated celebrations approach, the debate over the palace's guest list and the role of the monarchy in modern Britain continues to simmer, adding an air of contention to an otherwise joyous occasion. The royal family's response. Buckingham Palace has remained tight-lipped in the face of Sarkar's scathing criticism, refusing to directly address her characterization of the monarchy as a monstrous cartel. However, the palace has sought to defend its decision to exclude Prince Harry and Meghan Markle from the Platinum Jubilee balcony appearance, citing the need to have only working members of the royal family present on that occasion. This decision, while sparking further controversy, appears to be the palace's way of maintaining a controlled and carefully curated public image during the high-profile celebrations commemorating Queen Elizabeth II's historic 70-year reign. The rift between Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, and the British royal family has continued to simmer, casting a shadow over the upcoming Platinum Jubilee celebrations. Despite their high-profile exit from royal duties, the couple's strained relationship with the monarchy remains a source of ongoing tension. Disputes over their roles, responsibilities, and the impact of their actions on the institution have fueled an uneasy standoff, with concerns mounting about how this will play out during the Queen's historic milestone. As the Sussexes navigate their new path, the looming presence of the royal family serves as a constant reminder of the complex and delicate dynamics that continue to unfold behind palace walls. The comments made by Sarkar reflect the broader debate surrounding the role and relevance of the British monarchy in modern times. Many have called for the institution to be reformed or even abolished altogether, arguing that it is an outdated and undemocratic relic of a bygone era. As the royal family navigates the fallout from Harry and Meghan's exile from the palace balcony, these discussions have intensified, with critics questioning the monarchy's continued hold on the national psyche and whether it truly aligns with the values of a progressive, diverse, and equitable society. The future of the crown hangs in the balance as the wider public grapples with the monarchy's place in a rapidly changing Britain. As the Platinum Jubilee celebrations sought to honor the Queen's lifetime of service, the commentary from figures like Sarkar has reignited the ongoing debate over the role and future of the British monarchy. The exclusion of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle from the Buckingham Palace balcony has only served to further overshadow the festivities, shining a spotlight on the controversies and divisions that continue to swirl around the royal family. While the Jubilee may have been intended as a unifying moment, these clashing perspectives have underscored the complex and contentious nature of the monarchy's place in modern society. As the Queen's reign draws to a close, the future of the institution remains a topic of fierce and ongoing discussion, with voices on all sides seeking to shape its path forward.